Okay man. Daw na prepared man ka. Tina mo flowers ta. Oh. Sige. Hi friends, Sir Dave nagbabalik para sa part 2 sa aton episode 1 of Research in 5 Minutes. Last time, we talked about the definition of quantitative research, and we all agreed that in simple terms, quantitative research is just an investigation or observation of an event using numbers. And we also discussed its characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses. Right. So, as promised last time, ang part 2 sa aton research in 5 minutes is about na naman the different kinds of quantitative research. Pero for sure, galibugin yung ulo, kahit yan nakasulat dira, kinds of quantitative research, tapos ang sa dalom, quantitative research designs. That is because when we speak of the different kinds of QR, what we meant are the different quantitative research designs. So before kita dira magtumbo, let us first clarify kung ano ang botsing ganon, maghamba kita nga design. So if you have your module with you, please open it on page 8. So when we say design, it is basically an overall strategy, no? In order to ensure that the problem is effectively addressed. The term there is effectively addressed. Pero syempre, may mga problema ba kita class? Kaya mga problems, may ara na siya nagkakaigo o kung appropriate nga approaches or appropriate nga mga solutions para ma-address mo siya effectively. So, halimbawa, bala class, if your problem is traveling from one place to another or transportation, your problem could be, is it near nga distance or is it layo nga distance? Kaya kung lapit ang distance man lang, the design of the vehicle that you will be using can be bicycle lang, kaya lapit lang siya. If it is layo pagid, pwede ka gamit sang motor. Kung layo pagid siya, gamit ka na bus or train or whatever vehicle that is designed for that particular problem.
Pero kung layo pagid siya class, hindi na lang pagkatue because LDR does not work. Char!
Gets? Additionally, if ang problem mo naman is not just distance lang, halimbawa, kung diin ka naman niya matabok, halimbawa, matabok ka naman dagat, you need to design your vehicle naman differently. Gamit ka na naman sang barko, no? So, galyon, vapor, o kon, submarine. And the same is true with if you want to travel on air. Kasi syempre, if you want to travel long distances for a short period of time, eroplano nang imo ginapangita. See, the problem that we want to address is the same, but it would require different designs kay para ma-address mo siya effectively. Now, let's jump na sa aton gidya nga topic for today. What are research designs? So, although all quantitative researches involve numbers, no, and observation of phenomena, nagalain-lain na sila class in research design because they may differ in the way you collected your data or your data collection procedures, the measurements that you are conducting, the statistical analysis and computational techniques that you will be conducting after collecting data, and then how you will interpret the data that you have gathered. So, ano ang mga lain-lain ng research designs nga ni? If you will open your module still on page 8, makita nyo dira nga may ara kita sang framework nga nakabutang dira. Qualitative research designs are divided into two major groups, the experimental and the descriptive research designs. Magamba kita class nga descriptive, from the root word describe, you are just describing what is happening sa imo nga ginatun-an or imo gina-researchan. On the other hand, mga naman kita class nga experimental, you are testing something. Kaya di ba kung mag-eksperimento kita sa mga bagay-bagay sa mundong ito, may ara kita sang gina-testingan. So, under these two major research designs, may ara pagid siya mga specifics pagid, no, that we will discuss one by one. Let's start anay with descriptive research. Ang pinakauna gid sa aton yung descriptive research is survey. For sure, kabalo naman kita kung anong ginatawag na survey. So it is, of course, obviously, just gathering information from groups of people So ano mga information nga ginapangita naton? It could be sa aton yung mga estudyante, the average time spent in answering modules, or it could be the average time spent on playing Mobile Legends. Pwede man na siya, it's still a study. Or the general weighted average o kung ang grades sang imo nga mga respondents. So, ang tatlo nga ni class, these are considered as variables. Ano magamakit nga variables? Variables are anything that has value, kaysa na all may value, di ba? We will discuss more about variables sa third week naton, no? Or sa module number 3 naton. Basta ang point lang gid class, in conducting researches, meron kita dapat mga variables na ginalantaw, and variables are anything that can change in value. So for example, ang time spent no on answering modules, it could have a value nga 1 hour mo lang ginansiran, 2 hours mo lang ginansiran, and so on. Let's now move to the other descriptive research design. Ari na naman niya class, this is correlational naman. So kung kaginaya si survey, nag-collect ka lang sang information that will be used as your variables, maghambal naman kita ya class nga correlational. It comes from the root word relate or relationship. So, buot sing ganon, magamba ka nga correlational studies, you want to see if there exists a relationship between or among your variables. Kay class, ang relationship ta class, duwa man lang na class mo, it's either it's a direct relationship or an inverse relationship. Magamba ka nga direct relationship, as one variable increases, the other variable also increases. Magamba ka naman yung inverse, baliskad sila, as one variable increases, the other variable decreases. So, kung ako yung class ang papilion niya sa mga relationship nga amo ni, gusto ko gid si direct relationship. Kay, di ba la, kanaming samtang gauswag ang isa, nagauswag man ang isa, kay ka-toxic na yung class yang ikaw, yung level up, yung imo, yung ka-relationship, yung nagapanaog. Ganon. So what are examples of correlational research studies? One example is relationship between average time spent on answering modules and general weighted average. Makita nyo sa ako niya slides, class no, may ara sang naka-red, wala ko, naka-pointer ba? Pointer, laser point. Makita nyo ta class no, nga meron kita sang words nga naka-red kung naka-blue because these are the variables no nga gusto mo mapangitaan kung may relationship gin man. Gusto ta mabalaan nga samtang ba nagalawig ang pag-answer mo sang modules, ang imo ba nga grade nagataas man or baliskad, naganubo siya. Another example is there a relationship between average time spent on playing Mobile Legends and psychopathic tendencies? Mga baka psychopathic tendencies, sinabi lang sa mga serial killer, kaya di bala, i-accept na lang nga, magamba nga Mobile Legends, baka doon ka pangalipay, kaya the enemy has been slain. Ano has been slain? Savage, maniac, di ba mga muna class? So, kay, sorry, in the world of research, nga daan class, anything under the sun, pwede mo i-studyuhan. So, this could be a good topic, no? I'm not saying nga muna inyo nga topic, but what I'm saying is this could be a good topic, no? Alright, so again, when you say correlational studies, you are trying to find out if there is a relationship between or among your variables. Okay. And then the last one for descriptive research designs, we have comparative. So the root word for comparative is compare. So meaning, you want to compare if may difference ang variables sang lain-lain nga groups. Halimbawa, may ara ka sa mga estudyante nga ga-answer sa module sa aga, kag may mga estudyante ka naman nga ga-answer sa module sa gabi. You want to compare their scores kung sindiin sa duwa ang mas taas post-test scores. So that is comparative. Another one is you want to see if there is a difference between the general weighted average of ML players compared to Wild Rift players. Ang Wild Rift players ni klase mga wala pa nakabalo, bago naman siya klaseng hampang, kilit anay, kita next time. So, ano ba? Sino bang mas alam? Or sino mas taas ang grade? Ang naghahampang sa Mobile Legends? Or ang naghahampang sa Wild Rift nga game na naman? So that is an example of comparative. No? You want to compare variables, which are scores or grades, no, among or between two groups of respondents mo or two groups of people. Sige. So again, remind lang no, ang descriptive research designs describe ka lang gid what is happening on your groups or what is happening on your respondents. Moving on, let's now go to experimental. Sa liwat, magamakit ang experimental, may ara ka sang ginatestingan. So ano ning ginatestingan mo, class? Amo na siya ang ginatawag naton nga intervention. No? Kaya halimbawa, wala class kung takadamo, naging sa mga problema mo sa kabuhi, pero hindi ka nagkabalo kung imong obrahon, di baga pangita ka sa divine intervention. Kaya mga bagay nga hindi mo maubra, tungod kay tao ka lang, ginapangamuyuan mo, mabase pa lang ang divine, maka-intervene, kag mabuligan ka sa mga problema mo. Amo man na sa aton nga research class, ang situation exists already, and you want to give an intervention to develop, improve, enhance, control, lessen, reduce, or minimize ang nagakatabo sa situation nga na. So in order to find out if may effect yun man ang intervention nga ginhatag mo, dapat meron ka sang duwa ka grupo nga i-compare nimo. So, in experimental research, there are two groups, no? One is the control group, and the other one is the experimental group. Ang control group, since controlled siya, wala kami ginbutang nga intervention. You let them be as they are. The other one is the experimental group. Gineksperimentuhan mo sila, amo ni siya ang ginbutangan mo sang intervention. We have here an example. Damo, goodbye class ang naghambal, nga kung may gadgets, kaya kuno sa subo nga mga panag-on, mas mahapusan kasi mga pagtuon, and of course, it will equate nga mas taas mo kunong imong grado. So, you want to test if using laptop could really enhance learning. Therefore, your intervention is laptop, and the variable that you want to measure is grades. Okay, so we have here an example. Meron ka sang STEM students, no? Ang STEM students nga na, gintagaan mo sila sang tulunan using modular, ginlantaw mo kung pila ilang score after nila magtuon. The next day or the next month, the same group of people, tagaan mo naman sila isang laptop, patunon mo sila, and then i-record mong ilang score. After that, i-compare nimo, diin nga setup sila nag-perform better with the laptop or without the laptop. Amo na siya ang eksperimento naton nga ginatawag. So this design is called pre-test, post-test because they are still the same group of people, parehas, sila tanan niya, pero gin-measure mong ilang performance before and after the intervention has been given. No? Sige. Meron pag kita class ang isa ka design. This is called the quasi-experimental. The same lang siya class sa pre-test, post-test. So, meron ka man gihapon, group of students no STEM, pero tungaon mong ilang population. May tungaon mo sila. May ara half sang STEM nga population nga hindi mo tagaan sang laptop. Kag may other group na naman nga tagaan mo ya sang laptop. Then, dunganon mo sila patunon, kag dunganon naman sila tagaan sang test. After giving the test, i-compare mong ilang score. In contrast to pre-test, post-test, tuya kagina, they are the same students lang gituya sa una tang example. So, ikadwa tang example, duwa na sila ka grupo, kagdungan ang imong procedure. And syempre, towards the end, i-compare mong ilang performance. Again, experimental man siya sa gihapon. Sir, paano? Yabi sir ko ang gusto, kaya mabalaan nga system, UMS, kag ABM, i-compare ko kung pila ilang score, experimental na siya. No, that is not experimental. That is just comparative. Kaya diba, sa comparative to kagina, lain na nga groups of people, i-compare mo kung pilang ilang scores. Kaya kung amo ng setup nimo, wala ka sang intervention nga ginbutang mong, wala ka may gintestingan. Sir, kung halimbawa, sir, meron ako STEM nga students, wala sila laptop, meron ako yada yun UMS nga student, tagaan ko sila laptop. Ang akon nga control group is ang STEM, ang akon nga treatment group is ang UMS. Considered na siya, sir, as experimental. Yes, considered na siyang experimental, but I would not really recommend it. Kay do kabayas siya bala class how. Kaya they are not from the same population na ang isa STEM, ang isa UMS, of course, may difference, gid man na sila nga duwa. Tapos intrahan mo pa sang intervention. So, wrong. Do ka, hindi nami ang imo design nga gin obra. Dapat, gidyak lang, when you conduct experimental researches, all variables, no, must be controlled as much as possible except for the variable that you are measuring. And then lastly, class, galing class, syempre, sa mga experimental research designs, hindi mo may mga factors, gin mo na dayang, hindi mo makontrol. For example, karon be, although nabilong sila tanan niya sa STEM population, hindi mo na makontrol. Kami mga estudyante, dara nga gainom cherry firm, mga estudyante gainom memo plus gold. Kaya hindi mo na makontrol, may make differences, ginada sila ya class, no? That's why, as much as possible, i-control mo lang gadya si population. Pero meron, pag kita class, isa ka design. This design is called true experimental. Amo na niya class ang stricto, gadya kaayo, kay gusto niya ni nga, tanan-tanan nga variables that could possibly affect the results of your study, kontrolon mo gid. Halimbawa, ang tanan nga factors halimbawa be, may mga estudyante magtulog sila aircon, may ibang estudyante sa banig lang, so it could possibly affect, di ba? Kasi kagbugtaw mo ya, fresh kaya. So ready kayo to answer your module. So these are factors nga hindi mo gin man niya makontrol, no? Pero sa true experimental dapat i-kontrolon mo gin siya. That's why true experimental research studies are usually done in the lab. Kag ginaubra ni siya sa mga scientific researches. For mga social research, wala na siya masyado obra. As you can see, no, all of them are experimental. May intervention kang ginahatag, compare mo sila tanan. Pero galain-lain ilang nga design depending on what you want to achieve or what you want to find out sa imo nga gina-studyuhan. So I hope no nga naging naintindihan nyo pag ang ato nga research designs kung wala naging nagamo na yun gani. So, recap lang liwat, research designs are the overall strategy on how to address the problem effectively. Quantitative research designs are divided into two. One experimental, one is descriptive. Descriptive, ga-describe ka lang, such as in survey, correlational, or comparative studies. Kaya isa naman sa experimental research studies naman, it can be pre-test, post-test, quasi-experimental, and true experimental. So, mamala na siya class. Hopefully, no, kung hindi lang busy si ma'am nyo, kasi sir, mapadayon, tani, maklase, nagkikita about variables, kaya para mag-grasp nyo pagid kung anong ginapanghambal ta. Dere. So, that's all for today. I hope nga I hope na pag-edit ko karon na paigo ko ni siya in research in 5 minutes. Kung feeling ko daw hindi good. So see you in our next video. And laban. Bye-bye!